Next, let's check out Take a Quiz. This is the other form of assessment for this class. So again, there'll be quizzes listed. These quizzes, you will not be using MathXL and typing in exact answers. All of these quizzes will be multiple choice. You only have one chance to take this test, and these will be multiple choice tests. This first quiz is a pre-test for your review to help you see which sections you'll want to focus on for your review. And like I said, this is a multiple choice test. And after you've answered each question, you'll want to click the arrow down here to get to the next one. And when you finish the quiz, the program will tell you what your score is. Let's check the study plan next. The study plan is a personalized study plan to help you see which sections or which problems you need to practice more or less. A good thing to do if you want to use the study plan for extra practice is start with one of these sample tests. After you take a sample test, the computer will make a specific study plan for what you need to study more. Another option for the study plan is just to choose a chapter that you feel like doing some extra practice on, like 6.1, and just go through and do some extra exercises in 6.1. Again, you'll if you click on assigned tests or quizzes, you will find that there aren't any assigned tests or quizzes for our course, but you can still do sample tests listed here. Next, let's check out chapter contents. One of the first things you'll notice about chapter contents is that it has a bar on the top with some very useful links. For example, how do I enter answers? If you click on this one, it opens a screen where there's a tour of how to enter answers into MathXL. And again, MathXL is what you're using for the homework portion of this course. And there's also a great sheet, a handout, that just talks generally about some hints about how to use MathXL and to type in scores. So I would definitely check that out before you start doing your homework. There is also a link for the online help, and there's a list of topics, and you can also search for exactly what topic you need help with. There's also a link for the Math Tutoring Center, and you can also get to the Tutoring Center through the bar on the left. When you go to the Tutoring Center, again, it opens up an additional window, and you will need to register for the Tutoring Center, and you will need your course ID and student access code to register for the Tutoring Center. The Tutor Center is a online support for math questions at no additional cost. So, chapter contents. If you click on the chapter, like for example, chapter 6, there's a variety of different things listed here for the chapter contents. You can go to your homework for that chapter. You can take a chapter test, though our course will not have any chapter tests. You can go to the chapter grade book. This will show what your grade for this chapter is. You can also open the chapter study plan to see your progress and do practice exercises. So, if you click on one of the sections in our textbook, you will see that there's a variety of different links for section 6.1. There are video presentations for for section 6.1. There is a link to the multimedia textbook. If you click on this, what you'll see is a PDF file of the 6.1 section in your textbook with all of the examples and helpful hints. If you wanted to look at the exercise section at the end of each section, you would click on that third link and it would show the exercises at the end of the section. There is also the option for tracked tutorial exercises. This is the same thing as the study plan, specific to section 6.1. Going back to the chapter 6 of chapter contents, you also see that it has the integrated review, the chapter summary and review exercises, chapter test, and a chapter test prep video. Going back to the chapter contents, you can see underneath all of the listed chapters, there's some additional resources that may be helpful. Of course, the appendices from the textbook, the selected answers, the answers from the back of the book, from chapter 1, for example. Notice I'm using the breadcrumbs to get back to the chapter contents rather than the back browser. The site works a lot better if you use the breadcrumbs and use the links instead of the back button. There's also some graphing calculator help and the student solutions manual. Again, this is a PDF file. You can go into each chapter and there is a PDF version of the student solutions manual. There is also an index of multimedia and an additional resource, the student study guide. If you go into chapter 6, there are some additional examples with solutions from each section. This is another great resource, the word problem workbook. It goes through and has some explanations, some step-by-step problems, examples, and some exercises for some of the word problems that we will be doing this semester. The last thing on our chapter contents is a MyMathLab calendar. And this just talks about when tests are and when homework is due. For example, your first homework is due on August 25th.